Hi folks, it's James again with another episode of Tiny Battles. Today we're going to have a closer look at the new World War 3 Team Yankee complete starter set. I'm going to have a look at this and compare it to the original one, which is this one, the Hammerfall set, which was released way back when. So this is the new starter. We open come in a big box, much bigger than the old Hammerfall and the single player starters you used to get. First up we have the new start here. This is pretty cool actually. We've got the new Combat Team Zulu. So this gives us, basically using the units that are here, so an M1 Abrams tank platoon, the M60 Patton tank platoon and an M3 Bradley scout section. And even tells you how to build it. So you've got a single M1 IPM1 Abrams, two M1s, two M60s and two M3A2s for a total of 41 points. And you can upgrade that to 42 points in total by replacing any of the M1s with the IPM1, which gives you more armour and better side armour as well. Obviously nice little pictures at the bottom. Stats are unchanged from previous versions. And of course the M3 Bradley Scout section, which is in the new American book and has the Tau 2 missile as well, which is great. So you get that with all units that require Tau 2. So once you upgrade to Tau 2, you stay with Tau 2. Then got the assembly instructions. So it says you can build it, build the M1 as the M1 IPM1 or the M1A1. The HC version isn't available in this as you don't get the resin APU block. The Bradley is built for this set as the M3A2. So that uses this side armor section, which a lot of people are saying is cut wrong. For me, it's not a problem. As you can see from the drawing, it should look like that, but it looks like that. It's not a problem for me. I'm playing the game because I enjoy it. So for some people, I know it's an issue. I know there's a couple of people who've put up little things on Facebook and that can showing you how to cut it and what have you. And the M60 pattern is again standard, nothing changed there. Next up, we have the Soviets, and this is a new formation for us. So we've got the Breakthrough Tank Battalion, which has a HQ of 1 T80, T80 Tank Company, T64 Tank Company, and a BMP3 Recon Platoon. So you can see there. So you get 1 T80 for your HQ, 3 for your company, Tank Company, 3 T64s for the Tank Company, and the BMP3 Recon Platoon for 48 points. And if you want with the T80, you can add the AT11 Sniper for another point. So you take that to 9 points on that one. Again, you've got options with the T80. So we've got a Courage 4 plus, Morale 3 plus, Remount 3 plus, Skill 5 plus, Assault 5 plus, Counterattack 4 plus, Front Armour of 20, Side of 10, Top of 2, and it's hit on a 3 plus. The interesting bits and pieces. So the main gun is Anti-Tank 22 with a firepower of 2, with Advanced Stabilizer, Brutal, and Laser Rangefinder. The optional AT11 is an AT22 with 3 plus firepower, Guided Heat, and Tandem Warhead. Let's have a look. Pretty much the T64 is unchanged, and the BMP3, which is another new one, is 4 for 9 points, 3 for 7, 2 for 5. And you've got the 100mm 2A70 gun, which is anti-85 with firepower of 2, it's brutal, laser rangefinder, and stabilizer. The AT10 Stabber, which is anti-tank 21, 3 plus firepower, guided heat. You've also got the 2A42 gun, which is great for anti-helicopter, along with a laser rangefinder and stabilizer. You've got on this as well front armor of 5, side of 3, 1 top. You know what? That's a fun vehicle. As it says here, you're not going to use it really apart from the AT10 as an anti-tank vehicle, but dash it, blitz in, hit Bradleys, hit M113s, Warriors, things like that, out again. And the assembly instructions. So the T80 I know is getting some flack because of this bit here. The instructions don't show it very well, but it hangs down instead of sort of flat. There we go. You can see it just there on the picture. BMP3, it's quite an easy one. So 2 side panels, a hole, quite easy to build. Looking nice. I'm looking forward to actually building these at the moment. And the T64 is unchanged. So in the back of the guide, we just get started. We've got the What's Next. So the new World War III Americans book, which is really good. I've got my copy. I've a couple of lists that I want to build up, a Marine one and a M1 Abrams Armored Combat Team as well. New stuff in it, obviously the Apache. Comes with a longbow variant, which isn't in the timeline, and there's no rules for it, but it does look cool with that ray dome on the top. The World War III Soviet book, not released yet, but we've got some goodies already sneaking out of that. So the T-80 Tank Battalion, the T-80 Shock Tank Company. You've got the BRDM, which apparently the current version has been pulled from the store, it seems. So it looks like we get a new plastic version. The Frogfoot, and of course the Hind. And last but not least, we've got the Army deal. So we've got the American Start Force. I've not got one of those. I've just finished building a British one, but they are really good value for money. And a sneak peek of the Soviet one, which has got an insane amount of stuff in. So we've got 5 T-80s, 2 BMP-3s, 2Gaskin anti-aircraft vehicles, 3 Spandrel anti-tank vehicles, 2 Mi-24 Hind helicopters, 2 Su-25 Frogfoots, flight stands, blah, 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 blah. A lot of kit for probably not a lot of money. If it's priced anything like this one, the American one and the British one, 60 quid over here in the UK. I paid 55 for my British one, so again, looks like that could be an absolute bargain. Okay, so this is the main box. As you can see, it's a big box. The last starter, which was Hammerfall, came in this one, which is quite small. A lot more in this one. So just as a quick recap, Hammerfall gave you 2 M1 Abrams, 3 T64s, the rulebook, so that's the version 1 rulebook, a couple of Tank Commander sprues, a start here booklet, which I'll have a look at in a minute, 2 terrain cards, 6 dice, and 4 unit cards. So it wasn't bad at the time. You can still pick those up. They're about 25 quid on Amazon at the moment, which is really weird, because why would you buy that when you can buy this? So Hammerfall came with this start here book. It's the same size. It's actually quite nice. It's hard card, not paper. Again, you've got your assembly guides complete with your unit card as well, just in case you forget what's what. And this gave a very, very basic version of the game. So your first game with a little scenario, touch you through movement steps. So the basics on that, your basics on your shooting. Some nice little box outs. Saves, end of the turn, and the starting step, which obviously that bit's changed now. There's some changes in that. And then some missions. So, you know, you've got you set the terrain. So this one was literally just two against 3. There's not a huge amount to it. And then the follow-up is these. So from Hammerfall, the idea was you went to Stripes and, you know, maybe the Banner's Boy box, if you want Soviet Red Thunder and Yuri's Wolves. I'll have a look at some of these these single-player starters. So I don't have Banner's Boys, but I have got Ryan's Leatherneck, and I've just built Duran's Devils. So I'll probably have a look at those in another video in the future, because some of those were really, really good value. Some you're just like, why? And then obviously more of the books and the scenery stuff. So in Hammerfall, you also got some cardboard scenery and dice and rule books. The scenery is really quite handy. Nice set. There we go. It's not a lot to it. It's just enough to get you started. So let's have a look at these. So in Hammerfall, you've got some scenery, literally just little bits of cardboard, a couple of objective markers, which are always handy. Assault tokens and some walls and fences. That was about it. Scenery. You also got the sprues for the M1 Abrams and the T64s. So then a good value kit. Now, well, when you look at this, it's just nowhere near the value. So what we're going to do now is have a look at what comes in this box, have a look at some of the sprues, especially the new stuff, and we'll go from there. Okay, so in the new box we've got version 2 mini rulebook. I do like these ones. The only thing I don't like about them is it's a different cover material to the version 1, so it doesn't feel quite as what's the word I'm looking for? It feels more fragile. It doesn't feel as well built, I think is the word I'm looking for. Lots more dice, so 10 of each, so blue and white and red and yellow for the Soviet peoples. And of course, unit cards. So we'll go through these one by one. First up, we've got the M3 Bradley. So what I'll do is I'll keep these on screen for a little bit, so if you want to have a closer look at them, you can pause it and see it. As I say, in this box set, it's the M3A2. So that's 5 front, so front armor of 5, side armor of 4, top armor of 1. You've got the M242 25mm Bushmaster gun, which range 24 inches, 60 centimeters, anti-tank of 8, firepower of 5+, works as an anti-helicopter weapon and as a stabilizer, and the Tau 2 missile, which is an anti-tank of 23 and a firepower of 3+, as guided with heat. So that's pretty nifty against tanks, especially some of the stuff we've got coming up later in the box. On the back, you've got the scout section rules, so you can deploy either 2 M3s or 2 M3A2s. It's amphibious. Anti-helicopter has the M3A2 has applique armor, so side armor is 13 against heat, and guided, no to hit penalty for range over 16 inches, 40 centimeters. Cannot hit infantry, blah blah blah. Normal special rules, which you'd expect. Abrams, completely unchanged. There's nothing new with that, so I won't linger on that one. The same with the pattern. That's exactly the same. Nothing changed there, nothing new on that. And this is the new HQ card. So the Armoured Combat Team. This is probably the best part. So the units in the formation, you can have an Armoured Combat Team, 2 to 3 tank platoons, 0 to 1 M113 mech platoons, or 2 M2 an M2 Bradley mech platoon, 0 to 1 M106 heavy mortars, 0 to 1 M901 ITV platoons, and an 0 to 2 Bradley scout sections or M113 scout sections. I'm probably going to build around this using this one because I've got some. I've got a M901 platoon, so I can throw that in there. The rest I might. Well, we'll see. But that's not a bad starting point actually. It's fairly cheap to build on. You can get M113s quite cheap. Bradley's obviously out now, and you can get the even if you get the 901 ITV or the VADS box, you can then build 113s if you want. So that's quite, I like that one. That's good. New Russian units then. The BMP3 Scout. I sort of gave this a quick go through with the starter book. So we've got front. It's hit on a 3+, front armor of 5, 3, and 1. Doesn't it look good though? Look at that. Let's bring that in a bit closer. Does look good, doesn't it? 10-inch tactical, 18-inch terrain dash, 28-inch cross-country dash, 32-inch road dash with a cross of 3+, 100mm 2A70 gun, anti-tank of 5, firepower of 2+, brutal, laser rangefinder and stabilizers. Quite a few people have been saying with this one that they think it should be higher. I know people have sort of mentioned on the first unboxing I did, the quick one, it should have a higher anti-tank. It's not designed, I don't think it's meant to be that type of unit in gameplay. I think you're looking at a unit where you blitz in, you hit the Bradleys, or you get side shots on the patterns or the M1s. You're out again. It's not. I don't think it's meant to stick around. You've got the AT-10 Stabber, which again anti-tank of 21, firepower of 3+. That's your tank weapon. Again, you're not going. With that range. 16 to 48 inches, you're not going to be going head to head. You're going to be standing off with that. Whether it's the right decision for Battlefront, time will tell. Next up, the T80. Again, new unit, new model. Just keep an eye on that front skirt there when you're building. People are saying they're just not getting it. To be honest, I've not built mine yet. As you can tell, they're still all in the box. So that's going to be a job for this next week or so, I think. So on this one, again, similar movement stats to the BMP3, in fact, identical. Front armor 20, side 10, top 2, and it's hit on 3+. 125mm gun, 22 for anti-tank, 5 power 2+, and the 80-11, again 22 for 80 and 3+, 5 power. I can't wait to see how it plays, actually. I've not had a chance to play it myself yet. As I say, it's not even built. It's Sprue. No, still on the Sprue, not built it yet. A lot of people saying that it's a really nice model to build. Once they're built, I shall do some play testing, see what we think. This one comes with era armor, so sided 16 against heat. Look at those points. 10 of them, 88 points. So they're 8.8 points each. I'm waiting to see who feels 10 of those first. T64, completely unchanged, same card, nothing new there. And the new tank battalion. So this is T80 tank battalion. So you've got HQ, which is 1 T80, 2 to 3 T80 tank companies, 0 to 1 BMP 1, 2, 3, or BTR 60 motor rifle companies, 0 to 1 Carnations, 0 to 1 BDRM 2, BMP 1, 2, or 3 recon platoons, ZSUs, so Shilker AA or Tunguskas, and a 0 to 1 of Gaskins or Gophers. Again, not seen any play yet. I've not had a chance to play the units myself, but we'll see, because I think the Tunguskas are due to be a new release. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's coming with the new Soviet book. Right, next up then, we'll have a look at the actual sprues. Okay, so on to the sprues. So actual plastic. First up, we've got Tank Commander sprues. I believe these are Soviet ones. They're not really changed that much. Still got a 2014 date on them. These ones, though, are, I believe, the new American ones. These have, you'll probably notice, 2007 on 2020 on them. So these are new ones, and I believe these are the American ones for, well, all those shiny new units. And there are 2 of these in here, which is great. Gives you lots and lots of Tank Commander options for your assorted vehicles. So, what I'll do is we've done the American then Soviet on the cards. So I'm going to do Soviet first on the sprues. First up, the T64 sprue. This is the same one that's been around for a while. It's the same one that came in Hammerfall. Also, weirdly, in the tanks, the modern age starter has 2 of these. So it's a fairly easy kit to build. This bit here gets a bit wobbly. Sometimes mine are all squiff. It's just the way it is. I think it's the way I've glued it. But in all, it's a nice kit to build. Not much else to say about that one. Next up then is the T80. So this is a new sprue. You can tell here, look, it is copyright 2020. It's actually says on the sprue here, it's the T80U. Again, very similar construction to the T64. Treads attached to tank tracks attached to the bottom hull. Then your bazooka skirts to your main hull, so on and so forth. This bit here, this one, a lot of people are having trouble with. That attaches here, hanging down like this, so hanging straight down. People are really struggling with it. The instructions aren't particularly helpful. What I'll do is when I build mine, I'll do a quick how-to with it. It'll only be a minute or so, a couple of minutes long, but I will do it and I will post it to the channel. But it's a nice kit, lots and lots of detail, as you can see. I'm liking the era blocks on the turret. And of course, the road wheels and general track work is looking really good. I'm liking this bit here, which is, I've not really had a close look at it. Looks like it fits into this notch here. So that's going to be a fun one to build. I'm liking the look of that. That's going to be good. Next up then is the new BMP3. Now, I've seen a couple of people on the Team Yankee Facebook page. Someone was already saying this is probably the best mini that Battlefronts have done. The way it goes together, the way it looks. So let's have a quick look. So again, 2020 BMP3, very similar to the Warrior, really, in the way these side sections here attached to here with the upper hull then sits in between. I'm quite interested to see how this goes together. Again, I've not heard of anything too difficult on it, anything that's weird. So, but once it's built, I'll probably do something with it. I might do another video just to show you guys what these look like when they're all built up. Let me know in the comments. So, comments down below. Obviously, like, share, subscribe if you can for me. Be great. Let's get some more people viewing this channel. But yeah, if you want me to do a video once these are built, showing you what they look like built up, let me know. That's the Soviet unit. So, quick flick through the American one. So the pattern, again, I like this kit. I like this bathtub lower hull. I like the way it goes together. I like the fact I can actually paint this before I put the tracks on. I like the openness on the tracks. It's one of my favourite kits. I'll be honest, I've only built one, really, but it is one of my favourites. I like the way it goes together. I like the way it looks. M1 Abrams, yeah, we all know this kit off by heart. I'm sure at least everybody has built at least one of these, or if not, they've gone up against them. Again, it's one of my, it's a nice kit. I'll be honest, these bits here are a bit fiddly, especially if you're doing the IPM one. So you've got these, and you've got the rear tray, which is lurking somewhere else on my sprue. I can't see it right now. I'm having a problem there. This bit and these can be quite difficult to build and build nicely. Plus, well, the instructions are quite vague about where these actually attach onto here. So I've got a standard M1, which obviously has these short storage racks on, where they're too far back, they're in the wrong place. But I'm not bothered. I like the Mini. Again, it's a nice one. And then finally, the Bradley. This is possibly one of my all-time favourite tanks. Well, I don't want to say tank, infantry fighting vehicles. I like it a lot. Honestly, if I could have one on the road, I would, because it'd be great and make like parking so much easier. Okay, so again, it's fairly decent. You know, there's lots and lots of detail. There's not a lot to say. This though here is where people are has got people upset. So this is the applique armor for the M3A2 version. So as you can see, it's basically the same. Whereas this one here has this cutout. So the cutout sits here alongside the driver's hatch, and it's cut out so you can see when looking to the left. With this piece on, he can't see because it sits, if I show you, up over here. So it sits covering that. So he can't actually see where he's going. Some people have cut it out. Some people are looking at, you know, doing 3D prints of it to replace it. People are saying Battlefront should do a whole new section, just recast that piece with cutout. For me, it's not a big deal. I like it. I'm not going to go cutting it up and what have you. It is what it is. It's to be fair, it's a plastic miniature. It's for a game. It's not for a... It's not built to be, you know, an exact replica. I know we all want it to be an exact replica, and we want, you know, we want our little plastic tanks and fighting vehicles to look good on the table. But it's a model, and this bit doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. So next up, so final bit of the box is these. Now, as I said, in Hammerfall, you've got pre-cut ones. There's mine in a bag. So you've got all these are all punch out card. I'm sad that they're not now. I'm sad that they're just basically cutouts. The Soviet ones on the other side are the same. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm a bit sad that it's not the punch card. That would have been so much better. There's no scenery either, so you've got to supply that yourself. And there's no sort of like quick start how to play the game really easily. But apart from that, this is possibly one of the best starter boxes I've seen. You know, you're on a level with, for the price, I think I paid $35, including shipping, from Firestorm Games down in Cardiff. I will put a link to them on the in the description, because if you've not got one yet, then you should be getting one, because it is really good. You know, for me though, this is one of the best starter boxes I've picked up, and I'm going to be honest, it tops even the Warhammer 40k box sets. They are probably the top of the game. But that's it. So that's my unboxing of the World War III complete starter. Obviously, leave comments below. Like, subscribe, share. Follow my Facebook page. So if you can't find me, it's Tiny Battles UK on Facebook. If you want more of this terribly produced content, where I talk just garbage without script, some people say I should have one, and I tell you about these things, let me know. Obviously, the more likes we get, the more of this stuff I will do. And then hopefully next time we'll have something just as interesting to look at. Thanks for your time.